Warning, this podcast contains lions and tigers and bears. Except no lions or bears.
Oh, only one tiger. Hello everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for The Walking Dead season... season 7,
episode 2.
Episode 2, The Well. And that's great. It's great. It's almost too good. I'm your host, Clio, and with me I have John and Negan.
Happy Halloween.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Negan.
Yeah, Negan, thank you for taking time out of your busy day of busting heads to be with us. Speaking of Negan,
how is it cleaning the blood off with that thing?
Lucy here. She's fine.
It's throwing me off. I work with someone named Lucille. Like, it's...
No. Lucille is the full size. This is much smaller. This is Lucy.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is Lucy.
Yeah, this is Lucy.
This is the side piece.
It's Lucille's
side
daughter.
Wife.
Oh, of course. Speaking of Negan, I missed seeing Steven Yeun's name on the title cards.
There's a very different intro. Not just the name missing, but the graphics, everything that went by. It's very, very different.
Wonder why that is.
Well, the graphics get changed up slightly every season.
Yeah, but every location got changed this time. Like, the whole sequence was different. So
Yeah.
I think it's just letting you know, hey, we're in
new.
all new territory this time around.
Yeah. And we start off with Carol and Morgan getting led away by the people from the kingdom, and Carol's seeing zombies getting killed, but she's not seeing zombies. She's seeing peoples, real peoples getting killed.
Real life peoples.
Real life peoples. And that just to me feels like that's her guilt. Like, that's what drove her away from Alexandria in the first place. That's just her not being able to kill anymore.
That's giving her guilt, but look at the flowers. Didn't give her guilt.
No. It's symbolizing her guilt.
I guess.
Like the things she's done in her past, like look at the flowers, like all of that killing. That is what's giving her guilt, and it's manifesting itself in her.
I can't stop killing.
Yeah. I like this episode was a nice, shift. We're looking at this show. I get to look at this show in like symbolism and stuff again. Like, I don't think I was able to do that last episode.
No, absolutely not. Last episode was a whole different beast, and
of course, yeah.
It needed to be done. Like, they got it out of their system the way they had to do it. Clio can disagree with certain aspects of that, but
they did what they had to do. I just don't have to like it.
Exactly. But this episode was great because we get to take a step back, not worry about Negan. We still had the threat of the saviors and all that, so it's still a very real threat. They didn't let us forget about it, but we got to get away from the group and the pain and the suffering and all that, just even if it's for one episode.
Oh my god, and this episode was hilarious.
It was. They didn't let us, they said on the Talking Dead last week during the 90-minute or whatever it was, they said next week is going to be a funny episode, and they did not disappoint.
Yeah, and it wasn't forced, it was just, it happened, and it was hilarious.
Yep.
My fucking favorite part must have just been, Morgan wheels her in, and he, like, you can tell he doesn't know how to warn her.
What do you say to somebody?
You don't! I guess you don't say anything. Except, by the way, he has a tiger.
BT Dubs. Giant cat.
Her face and her body posture, because she was like this, like hands gripped to the wheelchair, just like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. The over exaggerated Carol was getting on my nerves this episode. Like,
What do you mean?
just the way she was reacting to everything and the way she was speaking to everybody is like she was playing it up and not doing the subtle Carol playing. You know, it was like she was overplaying it.
Well, I think, especially when she did it in front of Ezekiel the first time, she was legitimately shocked. She legitimately had no idea what to say. So when stuff started coming out of her mouth, of course it was over. She was trying to compensate.
Yeah. It just never
But
went
you're
away
right.
the whole episode.
You're right. She hammed it up for what's his name too, the guy at the laundry, doing the laundry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little over.
I mean,
the top
I feel like
even
she's
for
also
Carol.
like she's probably. I want to. I hope there's a sign of her losing her touch and not terrible writing.
You mean acting at this point?
Her acting, yeah.
Well, no, I think that is what it is. And because this is her desperate to run again. She just wants to leave. So I think she is like trying to rush it.
Yeah.
When before she was playing a long con, she was being the innocent, but she was waiting. Like, this is more of a rush job. Like, I need to get this knife. By the way, I'll also steal this chocolate. I thought that was
goddamn chocolate.
I thought that was very funny too. Like, she took the knife and then went back for the chocolate. But yeah, I think this was definitely her trying to get away really quickly.
Yeah. Can I just give a lovely shout out to Ezekiel's right-hand man? Because that guy... Jerry's my new personal best friend.
I made a point to write his name down because Jerry is funny as shit. I love that guy.
I like at the end, he's just like, deuces.
He's like, wow. I'm always in shouting distance, deuces. Jerry's the best. Jerry's the man. He comes over with the fruit. He's like, it's fruit time? It's fruit time? I don't know what he said, but it was so funny.
I just know that I love him. And if he dies, I'm going to be real sad.
He's so great.
He's absolutely fantastic. And they gave him a shout out on The Talking Dead as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, he was so good.
Yeah.
So good because Ezekiel, the actor who played Ezekiel, was on there. As well as
good, by the way,
as Skye from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She was on as well.
Oh, yeah. You see, this week I would have watched it, but I just didn't have the time. I might go back and watch it, especially if Skye is on it. I'm sorry, Daisy. It's $1 for the Skye jar. Her name changed in the show.
Spoilers, but okay.
Not that big of a spoiler. Whatever.
I mean, if it's any consolation, I don't give a shit. So.
Okay. You're just gonna keep tapping that bat, man. Just keep catching it out of the corner of my eye. It's making me nervous. Put that vampire down? No? Okay. I freaking love how Ezekiel's just like all this grandeur crap and it's just like all this medieval shit. He's a friend of the realm. He's got a sword cane. That guy is unreal.
He's unreasonably cool.
He really is. And he's got the dreads and the feathers and he's just so freaking cool. You know, as soon as he took the sword cane out, I'm like, this guy is unreal. I can't.
He was way too over the top for me, Ezekiel. But like,
no, it's perfect.
But now knowing his backstory,
yeah,
right, I can get behind it. I totally can get behind it. You know, but beforehand, when I'm thinking that this guy thinks he's a king and thinks all, I'm like, no, this is way too over the top. I can't take it. Like, I'm going to hate this aspect of the season. And then when he opened up to Carol and was like, look, we're the same, and I'm kind of playing a role just like you were, and, you know, that kind of made Carol's over-the-top acting seem a little more, you know, okay now, but, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I think I could tell in the first meeting that he had with Carol that he was trying to size her up like that and couldn't quite do it. But he says, he's like, oh yeah, I get you're doing the innocent routine. It's okay because I'm doing the king routine, so
You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
exactly. Yes. And he said it in like the Shakespearean voice, and I'm like, that sounds so cool.
Yeah. But to find out that he was like a Shakespearean actor,
Yeah.
on
In
stage,
community college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Community college, community theater, something.
It made it all okay,
Community
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah. One of those, both of those things. Yeah. And I absolutely loved that scene because it was a scene that took its time. It was a scene that gave us all the information without it being like too. It wasn't boring. Like it was perfect. The two of them just sitting there and talking.
Yeah, they explained Shiva and how she got there.
Oh my god! It was like he was telling that story, and I was thinking of the line with the thorn in its paw.
Yeah.
Where like the mouse comes up and takes the thorn out, and they're best friends. Like that's the story that I thought of when he was like, I patched her leg up, she would have bled out.
It was also really interesting to see like the way that they use practical lion on set mixed with some CGI to like get the roar and different things like that, the growls and but he said the hardest part was to act up there like if there wasn't a lion or a tiger or whatever, because he's sitting there like that's supposed to be normal for that character, so he's not supposed to like act like it's a big deal that it's there, but meanwhile he's sitting there in his chair going, this thing could eat me at any moment, like
there's a fucking tiger.
And
there's a fucking tiger.
Just a side note, because I know Clio, John, did you see Talking Dead?
No, I didn't.
No. You know how Chris Hardwick always gives something to the guy on the microphone?
Don't tell me he gave him a tiger.
He gave him a tiger costume, and he made him dress up in it and stand next to Chris Hardwick for the whole rest of the episode.
Was it like a legit costume, or was it like a kigurumi?
It was a legit like a helmet style like mask and a full bodysuit.
That's fucking awesome.
It's fantastic.
Destructible.
If I was that fan, I would have been like, I'm gonna take this home, right? And just like, it's like, this is mine now, right?
He gave it to him.
See ya.
Can I get a Jerry?
I love a Jerry, man.
I will have one of your Jerrys.
He's like the best squire. He's like this show's Podge? Is it Game of Thrones?
Podrick.
Squire? Huh?
Podrick.
Yeah, Pod. Fucking love that guy. Anyway. I like that people made up stories about Shiva. Like, oh, he wrestled it into submission. He's like, totally this mythical thing. Like, they came up with that shit on their own, which reminds me of Jesus from the Hilltop Community, where people like just kind of put all this stuff on this guy who's pretty normal, except he's got some sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Trickery.
He's also a karate master.
That's true. That is also true. But it really reminded me. We haven't. I miss him. I miss Jesus. Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
We have Ezekiel now.
Yeah, we do.
Well, they need to be best friends.
We need both of them.
They need to be friends.
I also like that he dropped his accent when he told Carol the stories. Like, and it wasn't immediate either. Like, it took a while of him talking for him to drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like he had to talk himself out of character.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk enough about the past to come out of that character.
Yeah, because if it was just a switch on and off, it would seem very strange, because he's been playing this role for so long and he doesn't break character. Mm-hmm. That if he could just turn it on and off at this point, it wouldn't be believable. But the fact that it was a gradual change, I think it worked really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a new ship, guys. It's Ezekiel and Carol.
They did a poll on Talking Dead, It was Ezekiel and Carol. I forget what the middle option was, and then it was just Daryl.
Yeah. No, I'm all in on Ezekiel and Carol because there's something like that, him unburdening himself.
Yeah.
For her, like that, live in this house near my kingdom, and then not only that, at the end he rolls up with Shiva with no like escort or anything, just like, sup, I got you a pomegranate.
Well, they mentioned
you want to pet my tiger?
They mentioned on the Talking Dead how the pomegranate is basically symbolism for Carol. Where it's like sweet but sour, like
bitter,
yeah, bitter, and
sweetness buried in bitterness.
Yeah, and then like at the end with him showing up with the fruit was like, you really need to consider because you belong here,
Yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah. So it was great symbolism. But John, let me ask you really quick. What do you think's gonna happen with Carol? Because at this point, she's not with us in the comics.
Well, yeah. So I will say that I'm kind of glad for her, and for Morgan, for that matter.
Yeah, Morgan's not
that they both kind of are. They're both not in their logic loops anymore. Yes. Because last season they were kind of stuck in, like Morgan was stuck in this, I can't kill, but I have to kill, but I can't kill, but I have to kill. Annoyingness, and that seems to be over with. And Carol's out of that. Well, the same thing. I have to kill, but I can't kill. I have to kill, but I can't kill. Thing, and that's over for both of them.
Just crack them. Give them a quick crack. It's okay.
Yeah, little weapon.
Yeah.
So, as far as their fate, I feel like at this point, I could see them not making it past the end of the season, like Carol specifically. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's going to be the liaison for when Rick's crew is inevitably going to meet the kingdom. Mm-hmm. She'll be a good liaison to kind of smooth that over a little bit. So I feel like she's going to last long enough to see the main group again. But how did
she meet her demise in the comics? Spoiler warning.
I don't even remember. She didn't make it very far though.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
She was never as badass as she was in the
No. But actually,
when they killed T-Dog, that was where Carol was supposed to die.
But she had this weird. She wanted this weird three-way relationship with Rick and Lori. And that got awkward.
What, in the comics?
And she died. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, there's a reason I don't read the comics.
Yeah, it got weird for Carol.
And how about Morgan? How did Morgan bite it?
I don't even know. I really don't know. I don't know if they did any of this stuff with Morgan in the comics, with him becoming this badass
Zen master.
Yeah.
Stick fighter guy. He might not be dead.
Okay.
If I'm not. No, he's. Oh no, he is dead. Yeah. Apparently.
So who's fucking left? Nobody I care about.
Hey, that doesn't mean that the show is going to go in that.
No, I know.
Route. They can
I know.
keep both of these characters on the show.
Yeah, Morgan dies around apparently. Remember when he had that crazy psychotic break thing?
Yeah.
Back in season 2.
Yeah, he was sort of supposed to be dead then.
Okay.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah. But
that doesn't mean these characters are going anywhere. Keep that in mind, guys. That just because Carol's dead, Morgan's dead. Morgan died in season 2. Here he is. What are we in season 7?
Yeah, Carl lost his eye a lot earlier. A lot of shit's happening way out of order. So
Rick lost his hand. Never happening.
Right, Rick has no hand. Yeah, I mean, Andrea is still alive, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Andrea did not die.
Wow, really?
Yeah, her and Rick ended up together, and she's still badass sniper extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a lot of problems with her.
Yeah.
Well, the way she was on the show was very different than how she was.
Different. Okay.
Right. She also had a weird relationship with a more an actual romantic relationship with Dale, so that was also kind of weird. Mm. So
I also prefer this version of Michonne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so that's my prediction for Carol. Maybe I don't think she might not make it till after out of this season, I should say.
That'd be unfortunate, but if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, it would suck. But if we get Stone Cold Badass, if she starts taking a little page out of Carl's book, maybe she could be actually helpful to deal with you. So.
Oh, I was like, who?
No, nobody needs to deal with me.
Negan? Really?
Yeah.
I think they do.
I'm fine. I'm not the bad guy here. They forced me. They
Not
forced
wrong.
my hand. They were warned.
Well, I said this last week, how in that situation, because Rick's people went after, cold-blooded killed a lot of his guys, what he did there is not the bad guy thing. Him extorting all these other towns, him lording over these people,
why are you talking about me like I'm not here?
Negan, that's the
Why are
problem
you such
with
a
you, Negan.
Sure.
You're extorting all these people. Is not right. You are the bad guy. You are the father.
They wanted to help me.
Oh.
I'm just helping them to understand that.
Of course. Moving on. Carol and Morgan, I loved at the end where they're like, neither of them wants to get mushy, but they're like, you're like in the top 3 of people I've knocked out. It's like,
my top 3 favorite.
Yeah, I'm at the top 3 favorite
So
people
great.
I've ever knocked out. And what did she say to him?
It's like, if you're here any longer, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah, no, I really like that. That was really
It's like, okay, so you secretly like each other. It's cool. Be friends.
Exactly. Yes, they are friends. They just can't say it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
too much pride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I really liked Morgan training
Ben.
Benny.
Oh God, Ben is precious for this world.
Yeah.
And I'm very scared something
That was cool because he got to be a little bit of Obi-Wan there.
Yeah.
Got to pass on his teachings to a young Padawan, and that was cool.
I really like that Morgan was a nervous teacher. He was like, "Oh, I went too fast, didn't I?"
Actually, he's more like Kanan.
He really is more like Kanan. He's like such a nervous teacher, and he was worried about Ben reading the book because he's unsure that those are the right answers. He's unsure because he's had to alter his own path. He's had to stray from the book to survive, and I think he's like, I can't tell you what the path is. Like I thought it was, I was told what it was, and it turned out it had to be different for me. And so he's really telling him to just be loose with it.
Yeah.
Just make your own decisions, really.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can tell someone to do. If you feel like you have to take a life, that you can back it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you gotta do, kid. Just don't use a machete anymore because you suck with that.
Speaking of taking
my God.
lives, though, if I ever find out that they're feeding zombies to my pigs,
Shit, yeah. Yeah, that was
if
something
I
that
ever
was
find
really...
that out, there's gonna be problems.
So that's interesting to me. So they're fattening up. Negan wants pigs, and then alternating weeks with fruit. What is their goal with that?
Whose goal?
To get them sick?
I think so.
Honestly, I think maybe it is, but honestly, I just think it's a way to fatten these pigs up without wasting any resources.
True.
I mean that's definitely one way to look at it, but I think they're also trying to make them sick, give them some kind of stomach issues. It may not turn them, but it's the same kind of concept it's the same kind of concept from Bob, when Bob was being eaten by Terminus people, tainted meat. It's the same kind of concept behind it. So I don't know.
Oh, poor Bob.
Yeah, I don't know what their end game was with that, but mean, we can clearly see Negan's reach is far and fast. So.
And annoying.
I mean, because it
But
may
like
just,
my thought
it may
immediately
just make them
is
sick. Like they may get a stomach virus, and you get problems like that untreated in the apocalypse. It's not like they can run to the doctor and get medicine for it. If it's untreated, they could die from it.
I honestly think their first priority is to keep them happy, the saviors, and give them something that will make them satisfied, which is fat pigs.
Mm-hmm.
And not wasting resources, their own resources. I honestly think that's number one. I think trying to get them sick,
I don't know, because the
it's
whole
too
thing
small.
with Ezekiel, up until, like, I would have agreed with you 100% up to the point where he had that conversation with Carol. And now that I see he's actually a much smarter person than he led on to believe, I feel like it's the other. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but I think his priorities are flopped in that particular circumstance. I think it's priority to get them sick, and oh yeah, they need to be fat to, whatever. It's a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Because when Ben was telling Morgan about his father, he said, in that whatever happened, I forgot the wording, and I don't even know if this is accurate. That's what it sounds like to me. They lost 8 people, including Ben's father, and that seemed to be a similar scenario as the one where we lost Glenn and Abraham.
Yeah.
So Ezekiel lost 8 people in Negan showing his force to the kingdom.
Right.
If that's what I think it is.
Yeah,
Which is it is what I think it is.
Yeah.
So I think Ezekiel is scared for his people, like Rick is. And if that's the case, I think his priority is keeping them safe from from the saviors,
yeah.
Which would be to give them good-looking pigs. I think trying to get them a stomach virus is small fry.
Yeah, but like fuck them. So.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree. I also want that long-haired douchebag to get eaten by Shiva.
Zombie pig?
Shiva.
Oh, Shiva.
Yeah.
Well, I envision, because the problem that Negan's going to encounter very soon is that obviously the Hilltop and Alexandria know about each other.
Yes.
But once they figure out the kingdom and these guys have horses and armor, and a fucking tiger, this is going to turn into a problem, I feel like, for Negan.
Yeah, because when they all find out about each other.
Well, it's more of what happens when Maggie finds out. It's not when they all find out. It's specifically Maggie.
Yeah, because Maggie's going to be the one to call everybody to war. Because it's not going to be anyone at the Hilltop.
It's not Rick.
It's not going to be anyone at the kingdom, and it's definitely not going to be Rick. It's going to be Maggie, who's like, "No, sack up, men. We're going to war."
Negan, I'm too focused on Rick that Maggie is an oversight because he doesn't know anything about Maggie and Glenn,
Yeah.
And personally, I think that's going to be part of Negan's downfall, is not taking the time to learn about the people before he goes in wildly swinging. Because if you did a little reconnaissance work and learned about these people,
mm-hmm.
you would know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the problem with that is Negan had no idea. Like, he didn't know about anything about those people until he had them all sitting in front of him. And when he did, he's like, "Rick, you're the leader. I can tell." Yeah. And that's kind of true. He's the general almost, but he's not in charge of the government. I don't know what you would want to call Maggie, the mayor, right? She took Deanna's place as mayor, right?
Who's Deanna?
Sure.
Who's Deanna? Mm-hmm. Oh, Abraham. Oh, we're not going to get any more Abrahamisms. Oh my God, that just hit me right now. That's all gone.
See, if you watch the hour and a half Walking Dead or Talking
Don't get
Dead.
mad at me
If you
in that
watched,
tone of voice.
if you watched the Talking Dead 90-minute finale, you would have seen every Abrahamism back to back in his memorial.
Well, I'm gonna watch that then.
You know what's going to be great? When the fucking ghost of Abraham pops up behind Rick and goes, "Dolphin smooth."
Yeah.
Shut up, ghost of Abraham! Who are you talking to?
No, Abraham's gonna call him on the phone like Gloria did.
No, it's gonna be like Ghost of Napa. Don't take this away from me, it's perfect. Shut up, Ghost of Napa!
I want Ezekiel to go back to the zoo, and then there's dolphins, and you just see Abraham swimming with the dolphins.
Oh my god.
Just riding, like, holding the fin of one as it swims by.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I really want to see that fucking cat just maul people to death that I don't
Yes.
like.
Ever think we were gonna see a tiger on the show, like a practical tiger?
Yeah.
Like, I never for a minute thought a real tiger would ever be on the show. I thought a CGI
I didn't
tiger
think they'd
all day long.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd do it, but
Yeah. And I mean, watching the episode, you can tell it's both.
Yeah.
That tiger's actually there, but they're using CGI to make it do what they want. Because, a tiger's not a dog. You can't really make it sit. There's only so far you can train a tiger. Before it's like, no, fuck you. Yeah.
I'm impressed with her. She looks great.
No, she's great. I love the tiger. I'm so excited. I want her to... Two people I want her to maul. The long-haired douchebag that beat up that second-in-command guy. And, Dwight. Want her to maul Dwight, too.
What did Dwight ever do?
Dwight's a fucking asshole.
Dwight's my right-hand man.
Yeah. He's also an asshole. Is Dwight really Negan's right-hand man? No, he's not.
Right now he is.
Really?
Because I said so.
He's such a twat, though.
And he's got a
another
gross
thing,
face.
too. It's like, all of Negan's dudes are, like, perfect examples of white male privilege. It's like, come on. All of
I don't
them.
like
What do you
your
think
tone.
happened? They kind of like all got together.
I don't like your tone, Cleo.
Listen, it's going to be fine because Carl's going to achieve Super Saiyan level 2 and then he's going to destroy all of me.
He's gonna Gohan the shit out of this. I don't know why we talk so much about Dragon Ball Z in this episode.
He's gonna regrow
Because
his
it's
eye
getting
back.
to the point that Attack on Titan got to that they need Goku to solve their fucking problems.
He's gonna regrow his eye back.
It's getting too big for Rick.
They're gonna inject him with zombie blood, and he's gonna regrow his eye back.
Oh, that'd be really
Yes.
cool. Anyway,
We'd
Next
start
episode-
getting into Resident Evil movie territory.
yeah.
No, thank you.
Actually, I'd be down for that. I kind of like the movies. They're like terrible in an awesome way. Anyway, next week is The Cell. A new group of survivors seem to have it all in their impressive community. However, there is a price. Thank you, Walking Dead synopsis. I also would like to take this opportunity to remind everyone there is a new Fear the Walking Dead miniseries called Fear the Walking Dead Passage.
Mm-hmm.
And it is similar to, obviously it's not on a plane, but it is
Right.
in its structure similar to Flight 462, in that it's taking place in the commercial breaks of all the Walking Dead episodes this season. So
I really hope, as a side note, that they actually do more with the characters from that. Because
yes, I agree. I think
what's her face for like 2 minutes and then bye.
yeah, it wasn't substantial enough. I think hopefully they make that tie-in a little more satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I again am gonna wait until it's all done and watch it straight through because the 20-second snippets is I just can't. It's too short. Not enough content for me.
Yeah.
But yep,
I
that's
will wait till it's all over and watch it in one chunk.
Yep. So that's all for this episode. John, where can the people find you?
You can find me and my pet tiger at No More on Twitter.
Like a tiger. Dom, where can the people find you?
Cracking Skulls at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon. You can find me at Clio Moto. I am doing stuff on Twitch again, so if you go follow me at Clio Moto on Twitch, there is a VOD of me playing the entire game of The Bunker. It was a lot of fun. It was a great game. You can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Our favorites, too. Till next time. Bye, guys.
Deuces.
I'll be in holler range if you need to holler.
Oh, yeah, Draven just said in chat, Dwight is probably not Negan's right-hand man, because revealing that would be a weakness. So.
He's my left-hand man.
Oh!
Deuces.